Hi and a very good day. So in this video session, I will continue discussing one topic under simple function and looping, which is control structure. And for this video, I will explain about for statement. Okay, so the use of for statement is to execute a loop of a fixed number of time, or we can also say that for loop use for if we have something to iterate, the iteration process over the element of an object. An object is not necessarily a vector, it can be list, it can be metric, and so on, right? So the thing that you need to understand, when you want to use for statement, you can refer to my diagram here. So for loop, what the thing that you need is actually, the first thing that you need is actually the initial value. This initial value is very important, because if you don't provide this initial value to R, your for loop will not happen. It will not process your for loop. So that's why you need the initial value, so that and when you put the initial value, R can run the your for loop statement. And what the thing that you need to use this statement is actually the sequence, the number of sequence. Right, so let's take a look at the example, by using R. Alright, I clear first the things. So for loops, this is actually the general way on how you write. For I in, and this is the sequence. It means that you have to specify this sequence, from 1 to 10. Even sometimes the sequence start from where, from the sequence 1 until 100, and so on. So this is the way. What are the operation here, what are actually I'm trying to do here. Suppose that I here, you can say I is equals to 1, 2, 3, 4 up until 10 as example. Of course you cannot run here, I just type here to so that you understand. So what happened here for I in terms of until 10. Suppose that you want to write, or you want to run R. You want to run print 1 and then print 2. This is the thing that actually what are you doing with this function. Print 3 and then print 4, print 5, and then print 6, and so on. The thing is, as we can see here, this is the sequence number. This is a sequence of from 1 to 6 if this example. If you want to 10 up to 10. So this is actually the sequence 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So instead of we doing like this, we can use for loop, so that R can do this operation based on the sequence that we specify in the loops. So as example, if I run this, what happened, it run the numbers from 1 to 10. So if you want to print 6, you just simply you can modify this to 6, simple, right? So they run until 6. So that's the thing for loops. Right, so another example. Suppose that you have this vector A, B, C, D, E. Again, suppose that you want to print all of the thing in this character vector. So you want the first element, and then you want the second element, the third element, the fourth element, the fifth element, and so on, right? So here you can see here, this is the sequence of 1 until 5. Again, when you see this kind of sequence, we can use for loops by simply put the I here. So the thing again, right, again for this example, you can specify the sequence 1 until 5, and then you print the sequence. Okay, so let's take a look at the example, right? So you will get the same output as above. Instead of you type it one by one, because you understand that this is actually a sequence, you use for loop, and then you get the result. Okay, and this particular sequence, not necessary that you write it like this. Okay, you also can use function like sequence along. Okay, seq along, it means that it will perform the iteration over the number the sequence of your vector. Or you can also use, okay, length x. You ask R to calculate what are the length of your vector, and then iterate all by following your vector length. Okay, again, by writing this, you will get the same output, right? Okay, so let's take a look at another example. Okay, now we use n factorial as example. Okay, so n factorial as example. Okay, again, to look at this example, okay, suppose that the general formula for n factorial is, okay, 1 times 2 times 3 times, okay, n minus 1 times n, right? So this is the general equation. Suppose that we try to figure out what is 5 factorial. Okay, what is 5 factorial? How can we do this? By incorporate the for loop function. So let's take a look at, okay, we look at, okay, the first 1 factorial equals to 1. Okay, 2 factorial equals to 1 times 2. Okay, 3 factorial equals to 1 times 2 times 3. 4 factorial equals to 1 times 2 times 3 times 4. Okay, 5 factorial equals to, okay, 1 times 2 times 3 times 4. Sorry, how many times? Okay, times 3 times 4 times 5, right? So as we can see here, okay, right, okay, so this is actually a sequence. Okay, as we can see here, this sequence is, okay, I equals to 1, I equals to 2, I equals to 3, I equals to 4, I equals to 5. So this is the sequence. That's why we can put, okay, I here. Okay, but times what? Okay, so times here, as we can see here, this is the result of the previous loop. Okay, this is the result of previous loop, and this is the result of previous loop, and also this is the result of the previous loop. That's why to generate this kind of looping, okay, we can create an object named result, where the result is the past result of our looping. Okay, that's why when we try to incorporate our looping for this example, okay, which is, okay, so that's why when we can define this, okay, this looping as result times I, whereby the result is, okay, you need an equation, okay, because, okay, to make it happen, alright, to make it happen again, okay, this is the 5 loop is actually the result, okay, times the result times I. Okay, this is the example, because, okay, to make it works. Okay, so again, for this particular example, to make this works, okay, don't forget to give the initial value of result. The initial value of result is 1, because we start from 1. Okay, so that's why result equals to 1 up to how many, okay, n, For these cases, n is equals to okay, for my example, n is equals to 5, right? So what happened, this 5 will replace this value, and okay, and r will okay, don't forget this, okay, right, this curly braces, okay, right. So here is how can you use this is how you can use for function, right? Okay, I think that's all for this video. Okay, thank you guys. You can try to do this example and let me know if you have any question. Okay, so thank you again. Bye.